was so in love with dancing when I first started it.
Yeah.
I even traveled. Like, I traveled so much when I was in China. I traveled to all the big cities, like Beijing. I lived there for like almost 2 years. And Guangzhou, Shenzhen. Like, I was like traveled to.
Like a travel team?
Travel
dancer?
to do competitions.
Yeah, but I'm saying, were
like
you on
battles.
a team? Are you on a team or are you just.
By myself.
So you were battling by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a freestyle dancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was.
Doing like what?
Hip hop.
What style of hip hop then?
I'm like an all style dancer.
Like
all styles.
what? Whacking, boogaloo, what?
Popping, whacking, locking. A little bit.
B-boy?
Not really. Not much.
Yeah.
Some steps
or
I know.
B-girl, should I say?
You know, the footwork I know. Yeah. The footworks I know.
Yeah.
And what else? Just like all the styles that's out there.
Yeah.
Crumping. Like.
Oh, really? It was crumping?
Yeah, I be doing everything.
Yeah. Turf dancing? Bone
Oh,
breaking?
tutting. I forgot.
tut-
That's like
you
one of
tut,
my
yeah.
specialties.
Oh, okay.
Tutting was my specialties. I mean,
Yeah.
still, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing like that
Battles and
anymore.
stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, like.
See, you stepped into the dance hustle. No, you don't know.
Can you dance? I feel like you're the greatest dancer because you got to have. I mean, your name is Dancehustle, so I just feel like you.
Nah, I know how to dance. I couldn't compete or nothing. I don't think.
But you got rhythm. Like
I
you,
could dance.
You can boogie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I did hurt my back in a tragic skateboard accident today.
That's a great excuse to not show up. Don't want to smoke.
Nah, definitely. But I think because I used to throw battles a lot, but I always see like the moves, and I throw. You ever heard of Hip Hop International?
Yes.
Yeah. So you compete in that?
That's huge.
Yeah.
Did I? No, I didn't. Like, I didn't compete in that, but I knew because when I moved out here, I was in the dance community a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's a big international. Shout out to Howard Schwartz and Jesse and all them, and they put this battle on, and it's like international dance competition, and like each country would like compete. Like almost like an Olympics, like a dance Olympics. Yeah. But then when like
they have the finals in Vegas, right?
They do, but this year it's in Arizona.
Oh, so it's a different city every year.
Yeah. Well, they used to do it in the same spot, but I think they like it got too expensive or too big, so they got to have a bigger spot. And then Vegas is like getting more expensive now.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say so when I think the team from China, like when they would if they didn't, like I think they got, when the one I went to, they got second place, but they were like devastated, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and I think it's a part of like culture, like if you don't have the best, like you basically like just like, it's like you done or whatever, right? Like competing and stuff. So how was that?
Now I just remember like how I was feeling. That was how I was feeling. But like there's a journey to get to the top. You don't just go out there and just win a championship. So there were times, I know Chinese people are so hard on themselves. They work so hard, and when they don't get what they want, they just so disappointed.
Yeah, and they were like really good, but then they're really good. Yeah, they were like really good, and I think obviously they just didn't win first place. So then while they're like, so they're standing, you like stand on the podium, and it's like first, second, third, and they're like in second, but they're all like crying and weeping and stuff the whole time, and I'm like, they still got to represent their country, but then they didn't. Since they didn't get first, it was just
who
like
was first.
I don't know. I forget.
It was,
but I was just looking at who I don't know, that my attention just goes like
to the foreign crew.
I mean, it could have been Americans. I don't know, but it's just like I just always wondered, like, dang, is it their parents that's like kind of hard on them? So they like, because sometimes people do that too, where their parents be like, oh, you got second place. You're a loser or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's you actually point that out. It's definitely got to do with the parenting, like the parenting over there. Because I know that in China, like parents are really hard on their kids too, because they have this thing going on. It's like sometimes like they compare their kids to one another. Like my kids, it's the best in class, and then my kids at the the highest score in math. They do stuff like that in China. They do.
Yeah.
So
that's how you win, though. Shoot.
Yeah. So it's kind of like kids growing up. A lot of them has a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
I know, because like around me, I know. But my parents, they amazing. Like they let me be myself, and they really like give me the freedom to explore what I want to do, and just support me and let me do my thing. So, like they are different. They're really different than a lot of Chinese parents. But I know like the reason why Chinese people kind of like, have that kind of like what you see, like they feel defeated. And after they didn't get what they want, it's like the parents influenced definitely that probably in their life. So when they go and do lives, and when that stuff kind of happened, it just hit them harder than other people, I guess.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, nobody wants to lose, but yeah, if you get to represent your country and
Yeah, I used to be so hard on myself.
Yeah, travel international. I feel like that's still a pretty good situation. But I definitely know you come out there to win.
Yeah, I feel it. Like they coming all the way from China. They must be like we finna take this home. Right. Yeah. Like I can't imagine how they be feeling. And I used to be so hard on myself. I'm still do. But I can totally relate. Like if you're not hard on yourselves, that you can't really be better or be excellent or be better than normal people. You have to work 10 times harder than other people.
You watch World of Dance?
I do. Yeah.
You see the winners this past year?
Who?
They're like what is it? From they're Arabian or something like that. They were the ones that was doing all the freaky tosses or whatever. I can't think of what nationality they are. But they're like Middle Eastern or whatever, and they just talk. I mean, they were elated, you know what I'm saying, because they had been trying, their whole city and country shut down for them to, you know what I'm saying, be who they are. Yeah. And this is their third time, you know what I'm saying, trying. Wow. But in the midst of this, people were sick, you know what I'm saying, people were losing. Yeah, lost their home, and so the money, had they won, which they did, ended up doing, went a long way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And coming from back to the Middle East, so that like they were talking about the pressure and what it's like, because everybody doesn't dance or they have the culture back from where they are. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where it's everywhere here, so it's easy to be supported here. Yeah. As opposed from where they were.